Hello and welcome to my free online video course, How to Move from Surviving to Thriving with your child, even during the times of crisis. I'm Albina Terpetska, the founder of Albinspire Family Coaching, a family coach, an educator with a master's degree, and a neuro-linguistic programming licensed practitioner. My mission is to use my personal and professional experience to help parents like you avoid emotional suffering and create the parent-child relationship they and their children deserve. In today's video, which is the third in the four-part series, I will teach you 10 steps to helping your child process emotions. Teaching your child how to process his or her emotions is the key to your child's emotional well-being and healthy and fulfilling relationships with you and other people in their lives. And most important, their relationships with themselves. Thank you everyone who left your comments under my previous video. Now, if you have not watched my previous 2 lessons, I highly recommend you to stop and go watch those lessons first, because this video series are designed to be watched in sequence. They are built on one another. I want you to get full value of this complimentary training video course. In order to do so, you need to have that solid foundation that I'm teaching you in video 1 and video 2. So please go back now and watch those video lessons first and then come back here. I will be waiting for you. I promise. In my first video, I revealed the #1 mistake that most parents make, and I showed you how to avoid that mistake. I also helped you understand how you can improve your child's behavior with the help of some very easy steps. I showed you the real reason why most parents are struggling with their child's behavior, and one shift that you can do today to stop your struggles. In the second video, I taught you the parenting success formula that I teach to my private coaching clients that you can use to connect with your child even in the most stressful parenting situations. Moreover, I taught you the most common mistakes that parents make that lead to harming their relationship with their children, and I showed you how you can avoid making those mistakes. In making the decision to watch this online training course, you've chosen to move from the traditional behavior-focused approach, which doesn't work long-term and may harm your relationship with your child as well as their self-esteem, to my approach that is based on strong emotional connection with your child. Congratulations! I'm so excited for you because you're about to create the parent-child relationship that you and your child really deserve. Today, I will teach you the 10 steps to helping your child process emotions. These 10 steps will allow you to transform the most challenging child behavior moments into the opportunities to connect with your child and to teach your child how to handle their emotions in stressful situations. Those are the skills that your child will benefit from for the rest of their life. When you learn and practice these steps correctly, you and your child will have a much more peaceful, joyful, and happy life, and you will enjoy each other's companies more. You will appreciate each other much more. So your child is having a hard time dealing with his or her emotions and refuses to listen to you. You may feel overwhelmed, angry, frustrated, and even hopeless. Now that you have the parenting success formula I taught you in the previous video, you can help yourself to generate the emotion and get into the state that will help you to feel more peaceful and connected with yourself and be ready to help your child. But the problem is, you may not know how. And this is what these 10 steps are about. Let's take a closer look at each of them. Step number 1, connect with yourself. This is one of the most important steps. And yet, being so eager to help the child in the moment, most parents forget about it. This is a step when you use the parenting success formula to become aware of your thoughts and your feelings, so that you can choose the most appropriate, purposeful, and conscious action. This is a step when you ask yourself, what can I be thinking right now? What thoughts are going to help me to get into that emotional state of peace and calm and love, so I can guide my child from that state through their emotions? Step number 2, become aware of your child's emotion. Once you are in this peaceful, connected, calm state, you're ready to focus on your child's emotion. Ask yourself, what is my child experiencing right now? What is the emotion they are feeling right now? And really pay close attention to your child. Observe them. Notice their facial expressions, their actions, what they're doing, what they're saying, their words. Pay close attention and do your best to understand what your child is feeling at this moment. Step number 3, describe what you see without judgment. Notice that I put an asterisk here because that is a sign for you to remember that you describe what you see with no judgment. When you do that, it will help your child to open up to seeing the situation from a different perspective, to look at what is happening at that moment more objectively. It also helps your child understand how his or her emotion looks like from outside, how they express that emotion with their faces and body language. Step 4, name the emotion. This step is very powerful because it has 2 functions. Function number 1 is that, and research shows that, when we name the emotion, it helps our brain to calm down. A clinical professor of psychiatry, Dan Siegel, calls it name it to tame it. When your child is having a hard time handling their feelings, ask them, what is the feeling that you're feeling right now? What are you feeling right now? If your child doesn't know what the emotion they're experiencing because they don't have the right word, help them by helping them to find that word. And that is another function that naming emotions performs. It helps your child to enrich their emotional vocabulary. It helps your child to express themselves with words rather than actions by hitting someone or breaking something. Knowing how to express themselves through words helps the child to release that inner tension that comes from the stress they're experiencing in the moment. Step number 5, listen. Really listen. In his book, The 7 Habits of Highly Effective People, Stephen Covey writes, most people do not listen with the intent to understand. They listen with the intent to reply. The problem is that most of the time we are not aware that we are doing that. We are not aware that we are listening with the intent to reply, especially when we are in a stressful situation. Naturally, parents want to help their children right away. They want to fix the problem. They want to give an advice. They want things to be better. They want their children to feel better. But very often, that's not what children need. They need to be heard. So what you can do instead is to really listen to your child and really focus on what they are saying, what they are doing at that moment. Because they are talking to you not just through words, but also through their body language. Pay very close attention to your child. And when you listen, you may choose to nod. You may choose to smile if that is appropriate. And also remember to show your engagement and empathy by using such words as, oh, okay, I see. You don't have to say or act as if you agree if you don't agree. Step 6, hold space for your child's emotion. Allow your child to really fully experience what they're feeling. Allow them to feel that emotion without trying to switch it to a different, a more pleasant emotion, or stopping that emotion. When you hold space and allow your child to feel what they feel normal. They feel like there is nothing wrong with them for feeling that emotion. And they also don't feel that pressure that they have to feel different or find something to distract themselves from feeling that emotion. Treat your child's feelings with reverence and respect. Allow your child to feel the emotions that they're feeling without trying to change them. If he or she is crying, let him or her cry. If he or she is feeling sad, let them feel sad. Trying to change your child's emotion is a temporal fix that is not going to last, because that emotion, if not fully processed, will come back. Step 7. Help your child explore his or her feeling. When we want to become friends with someone, we take time to get to know them better. The same is true with our feelings. When your child is experiencing feelings, allow them, give them that opportunity to get to know their feeling better. Help them really feel and process that feeling by asking such questions as, where is that feeling in your body? How does it feel like? Is it moving or is it still? Does it have a temperature? Does it have a texture? Does it have a color? And if the child's answers are yes to any of those questions, you can follow with, what color is that feeling that you're experiencing? Is it hot or cold? Is it hard or soft? Exploring their feelings help your child to stay connected with themselves and get to know themselves through getting to know their feelings. It teaches the child not to be afraid of their feelings, but accept them and be comfortable with who they are and what they feel. It helps them to calm down and feel peaceful in stressful situations. Step 8. Discuss the lessons learned and review the family values and principles. This step is optional and may not be appropriate to all situations. Therefore, it is important for you to consider what is the reason that your child is experiencing this emotion and think whether a lesson needs to be taught. Take your time to review the values and the principles that your family has and help your child to understand how what he or she did is not aligned with the family values and principles. This is a step not to shame, belittle, or blame your child. This is a step where you truly want to help your child to understand that you're looking not at them as a person, but at their behavior and how what they did, their action, is not aligned with your family principles and values. And then talk about if a similar situation was to occur again, what they can do differently to ensure that they are not going to take the same action again, and find a better way of expressing their emotions. Step 9. Share with your child how you feel. Most parents avoid sharing their so-called negative feelings with their children because they're so afraid that they will make their child worried or feel guilty, or that their children will see them as weak. By suppressing their feelings, sooner or later, parents may cause a lot of issues for themselves and their children. The truth is that sharing your feelings can be a powerful connecting experience for you and your child. In a supportive, kind, and a serious tone of voice, help your child to understand how you felt about the action they took. Make sure that you explain to them that the feeling of frustration or anger was not about them as a person, but was about the action they took. Sharing your feelings with your child is an emotionally connecting experience because it helps your child to understand your perspective better, to see things from your side, how you see them, and also it helps them to understand what you're feeling. It increases your child's ability to feel compassion towards you and towards other people, and social awareness. As a result, they will be able to create healthy, fully connected relationships with people in their lives. Step 10. Teach your child to find a solution. Teaching your child to find a solution is not the same as finding a solution for your child. Teaching your child to find a solution means that you need to guide your child through the process of finding that solution by using the lessons that the child learned from this situation and using his or her experiences that they had in this situation. And then asking them guiding questions that will help them to find the optimal solution in this situation. An important ingredient in this step is remembering that children are natural problem solvers and believing in your child, believing in his or her capability of finding a solution. I know that's a lot, but no worries. You do not have to use all of these steps, and you do not have to use them in this exact order. The beauty of these steps is that you get to choose which steps are the most appropriate for your specific situation and in which order you want to use them. Once you master the parenting success formula and these 10 steps to helping your child process their emotions, you will be able to transform the most challenging moments in your parent-child relationship to the moments of connection, strong and full connection with your child. It's been exciting teaching you these 10 steps that I know will be life-changing for you and your child. In my next video, I will share the key question that, if asked on a regular basis, will transform the nature of your parent-child relationship and will allow you and your child to deeply connect in ways that you have never connected before. I will also share with you the special offer I put together for you. My one-of-a-kind, research-based, proven to work in any situation with any family, parenting connection coaching program, and how you can get started. So look for the next video very soon. In the meanwhile, I would love to know which step or steps resonated with you the most, and you cannot wait to apply those steps with your child. Scroll down and leave a comment below, or hit that reply button in the email I sent you earlier. I really look forward to reading your comments.